Do you not? Let me get my face cam up just so people can see my reaction to this news. Where's the button for face cam?
Wait, the news for the next time, or just Cole versus Alex?
The MagFest one.
Oh, okay.
I got you guys. Don't worry.
All right, then I've got my face cam.
Who's gonna
up.
say it?
Right then, drum roll.
I got it.
Hey.
So, Billy, have you heard of this game? I don't know. It's a little niche. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called Dark Souls.
Yes. You piqued my interest.
And there's this other game. I don't know. It's also kind of niche. It's called Skyrim.
No, don't say what I think you're gonna say.
MagFest fight was the Dragonborn from Skyrim versus the Chosen Undead from Dark Souls.
Oh, bro. Okay, I'm glad I recorded a face. No, okay. Do you know? I might as well reveal it here now because. Oh. Fucking hell, the lad's curse is here now. Because...
yeah, me and Mate didn't say this on purpose.
Right, and so...
Yep.
I might as well reveal it here, because it's going to be on a lad's episode. So I'm like, there's a lad's debate coming up, and it's between the Dragonborn and Dragonite. We've planned this last year. This is our last year plan. That was going to be our premiere back for Lads Discuss Death Battle. Look, I'll even show old messages in this podcast just to show people I'm not making this up. Old messages of us discussing it, making thumbnails for it.
Yeah, as soon as I saw you wanted to do Dragonborn and I heard the news, I was like, oh boy, hopefully Death Battle comes back soon so they can announce this.
I swear, I've not seen the MagFest thing. I've just wanted to play Skyrim. I thought, I want to do a Skyrim for Lads Debate. Oh my god, and I love Dark Souls. Oh man, that is cool.
We've actually
it was really hard not to say anything.
Oh my god, it was so difficult.
Oh, I know. Do you know there's a certain
made in private being like, I really hope this episode comes out before we do Dovahkiin versus Dragonite.
Oh my god. Do you know, there's also someone else I know who's going to be into this, and let's just say she's a big fan of RPGs and Souls-like games.
Gee, I wonder who.
My mum. No, I'm just joking. Okay then. Well, I have a lot to say about this.
Liam's wet dream.
His second wet dream because his first was Theo versus Alucard.
Okay then. Yes.
Yeah.
I am excited for this. This wasn't in my top 10 most requested I put on Twitter. But does that mean I was against this idea? Hell no. One of the death battles I was not excited for that I was seeing get a lot of talk was Commander Shepard versus the Dragonborn. Now, I get it, magic versus sci-fi, I can see the appeal, but come on, man. Dark Souls and Elder Scrolls are so iconic. Oh, let's be real here, Skyrim's the iconic one of the Elder Scrolls.
I mean, the game's been remade how many times in its 12-year lifespan?
Remade.
It's on everything.
Yep.
Oh my, I can't believe they're actually doing this.
Dark Souls, look at how many Soul games have been inspired by Dark Souls, and look at how many of them have won Game of the Year awards. Sekiro, Elden Ring, Bloodborne.
Nah, Bloodborne didn't win Game of the Year. It got shafted by Witcher 3 bastards.
Okay, Witcher 3 was actually pretty good.
But Bloodborne, man, that was so good. And the worst part, PlayStation 5, when I got my PlayStation 5, they teased me because it had Bloodborne on there, so I was like, oh, sick. Is this a remake for it? No, it turns out it's my PlayStation 4 one that's attached to my account, but because it can't play on the PlayStation 5, it won't download on there. So it's like, fuck you, Sony. Why'd you do this to me?
These two RPGs are iconic.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. How many controllers have died in the name of Dark Souls?
Yeah.
And how many memes have been made around Skyrim?
Let me check my catalogue. Goes all the way to Nigeria. A few.
Couple, no.
Oh,
nothing major.
Oh boy, Skyrim. I think it's best to start with the Dragonborn since that was the first one, right? It's
okay.
I think the working title right now is Dark Souls versus Skyrim.
Okay.
Okay.
So, I remember I played Dark Souls for the first time, and I gotta admit, the only reason I stopped playing was because I have no idea where to go.
Also, it's hard.
Oh yeah, but that's the problem. If I didn't know where to go, how was I supposed to play a hard game?
I don't mean to brag, but then I might have completed Dark Souls a few times during my 360 era. Not to brag.
I do want to ask, is Chosen Undead specifically only in Dark Souls 1? Or is he
I think
in the
so.
Dark Souls
Yeah,
games?
Chosen Undead is just a character. It's basically you that exists in the first game, but each character in the next games are their own separate characters. But
Okay.
I think the Chosen. I might be wrong, but I think the Chosen Undead does show up in Dark Souls 3. It's just not the character you play as. I could be wrong on that
I
though.
don't recall that, but I haven't played Dark Souls 3. I'm not too sure I'm a fan of it, but who knows? Maybe I might play it someday. Okay, but Chosen Undead. So, okay, someone who's also researching Dragonborn for Dragonite versus Dragonborn. I still can't believe the lad's curse struck again. So, I will say, I'm worried for the Chosen Undead. Because, as much as I love Skyrim, Dark Souls was kind of the game that made me the man I am today. Who's jobless and who's searching for work. But, it's a game
Jesus
that really...
Christ, how many hours did you pour into that game?
Well, every time I went to visit my dad and I played it on the 360, I'd play it for hours, raging out nearly all the boss fights. It was just a game, though, that even though you got angry, you just couldn't put it down. You just had to keep going. Like, you just wanted to give that one boss that last smack on their head and just see them, like, fall back and disintegrate. And you're just like, fuck yes! It was one of those games that made you feel
By the way,
good.
I'm looking at it now. Sorry, I'm looking at Steam right now. Skyrim is only like $10 on Steam.
Skyrim goes for sale quite a lot.
I wonder why.
It is that popular, especially with all the mods that people can create for it.
Like my favourite mod, the Glock. Hey, Alduin.
Just a literal thank you. Okay.
Chosen Undead is just to say that he has been through a lot. Oh boy.
Yeah, because the deaths that you suffer in the game are canon. So every time this poor sod has died, it actually plays into the story. In fact, fun fact, the whole term, like, I think it's called Whether You Wither. That's basically if you rage quit the game. I'm not kidding, that's the canon, like, ending. If you rage quit the game, you've become one of the lost. So the Chosen Undead is literally just the player who reaches the end. They're the chosen. They're the ones that went through all the sorrows to get to the top and defeat the powerful warriors.
They are the chosen, and they are in fact dead.
Fun fact: there's a multiverse story to Dark Souls because you can speak to this guy.
Oh, great!
Praise there is.
Pour one out for our boy. Praise the sun for you. But yes, he says there are multiple worlds out there. Ones where there is a chosen undead that won, others where they failed. So there is technically no canon chosen undead. But obviously, for the sake of Death Battle, yeah, they're going to go over the one that conquered everything. Because
conquered's an understatement.
Yeah.
Do you know how many bosses are in this game?
Yeah. And how many monsters you have to fight to get to him. I think the Chosen Undead even fights a dragon, which is an optional boss, or maybe I'm mixing up Dark Souls games. But yeah, there was.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But yeah, to say that this guy has conquered it all, yeah, he has. He's defeated godlike beings, reality warpers, and he could do it with a ladle if he wanted to. Oh, no kidding, you could get through the whole game just using a ladle as your weapon. I didn't do that because I'm not a masochist, but just to go to show that, the determination. And obviously the Chosen Undead has access to a lot of arsenal. Well, it depends on the journey and what he unlocks. Or it unlocks, whatever.
That's just this debate. It's just like, what exactly are we going to give both Dragonborn and Chosen Undead?
Okay, well, as someone who's playing like Skyrim at the moment to get feats for... I will say, the Dragonborn as well is way more powerful than I thought. And in fact, there is a feat he does do. You know that Hercules feat where he shot an arrow at the sun? The Dragonborn's also done that. The Dawn Guard DLC, you can... Pardon?
That's another question, is how do you know when to count DLC for both of them?
I think they're gonna have to count everything, and like I said, the Dragonborn can get these arrows.
I think they're just gonna say screw it and give them everything.
Yeah.
I am curious though, Bill. I do want to ask this real quick. Which endings actually canon to the game? Is it the Link of Fire one or becoming the Dark Lord one?
That's the neat thing. They both are. Like I said, multiverse story. There are ones where, you know, it done the good. There's the one that did the evil. That's the thing about Dark Souls. There is no chosen undead main character. It's you. Are you gonna go through the trials and overcome the hardship? And if you do, what is your choice? That's what I love about Dark Souls, man. Like, I know I'm gonna sound like a nerd, but it's giving you like a really good lesson on life. But it also shows what your hard work can go towards, and how would you use your accomplishments. Like Dark Souls is not just a simple hack and slash get good type of game. It's not. There's actually a lot of meaning in Dark Souls, which I would like to fanboy talk about a lot, but we got a crossover podcast to do, so I will say I am excited, and I am excited.
And then there's the Dovahkiin, as he is called in their tongue. But us English folks can just call him the Dragonborn.
Dovahkiin, and the Venus and the Dovadas on the whole. It's so sad I can actually mimic the lyrics of that.
So the Dragonborn is...
Force Ruda!
Spot the person who has no life.
I think that's all of us at this point. Based on
I mean, true, we're YouTubers.
Do you know what? It's kind of funny how a few days ago, me and May were in a call and I was making fun of him being such a Ruby nerd, and here I am singing the Dragonborn song in the actual dragon tongue. I don't think I can ever use that leverage on him ever again.
Nope.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
He's like, oh, you make fun of me for liking Blake's butt? How about you read what this is? Full my Kess. Oh, fuck you!
So,
To be more of a nerd, that
Dragonborn.
means wind and wealth.
yeah.
Nerd.
So, the Dragonborn, his story is completely different. In
Well,
the story
okay.
of Skyrim, he's getting carted off to be executed, but then gets saved by the main bad guy, ironically.
Okay,
You know, as you do.
Okay, here's the interesting thing about Dragonborn. Unlike Chosen Undead, I mean, technically the Dragonborn is meant to be you as well, but the story about the Dragonborn is he was just crossing a border, got mistaken for being a rebel, even if you're an Argonian, which doesn't make any sense because you don't even live in Skyrim. How can you be part of a rebellion?
I don't think they'll consider the other races for they'll probably stick with the default Nord Dragonborn.
Okay, yeah, canonically, I will say, yeah, canonically, the Dragonborn is a Nord. Like, so unlike the Chosen Undead, it is canon that the Dragonborn is a Nord, and they're basically Vikings. And here's the thing that's kind of interesting about Dragonborn. He's technically the spawn of a god. He was created to defeat Alduin, because Alduin was set to destroy not just the world, just the universe of the Elder Scrolls. And the Dragonborn's meant to stop him from doing that. Or fail, it really depends on the prophecy, so it's been translated by different variations. And the shouts the Dragonborn can learn, from all the shouts I've gotten right now for the lads debate, to use an old school death battle meme, he could slow down time if he wanted to.
Well, just look at the
don't think
size
it did
between
that,
the
don't think it-
Dragonborn and the main adversary in the game. You tell me if Alduin sounds like a big challenge to you.
Yeah, Alduin is actually a really powerful dragon, because after defeating him, I actually read up the lore and asked a lot of characters within the game. Yeah, Alduin is... well, yeah, he's a demigod. He was literally created to bring the end of the universe. The Dragonborn is said to defeat Alduin. And guess what? The Dragonborn defeats him twice. Once in the real world, to the point Alduin had to be like, fuck this shit, I need to heal. And then again in the afterlife.
I need healing. Sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
Yes, he did his best invitation to Genji and just spread off to Saberking, where his local mercy resides.
No problem, get back in there.
Yeah.
Gets killed.
To be fair, the Dragonborn did technically need help the first time from Parthenax.
Well, Parthenax only showed him where he could learn the shout to bring the dragon down. But after that, once Alduin lost the ability to fly, Alduin had to rely on his own powers to stop the Dragonborn. And let's just say the Dragonborn, unlike previous Elder Scrolls characters, You could be the leader of the Thieves Guild, where you could pretty much be invisible in plain sight. You could be the leader of the Champions and become a werewolf. You could become the Archmage, which basically means you have the power to fight reality wizards. And yeah, if they're going to go by maxing out both their stats to make them more powerful, the Dragonborn's just going to destroy Chosen Undead. I really do feel like that. Because
that's what makes this debate like hard to call. Like, what exactly do you give them?
I mean, this is what we're doing for the lads debate episode. I'm only going with weapons that you find. I'm not buying anything. I'm not buying spells. Whatever I find on my quest, that's what I'm taking. Because going into merchant stores, it's always randomized. One moment you go in one day, they have nothing. Next day they have a bloody ebony warhammer, which is said to be stronger than titanium and steel. Just, okay, yeah, you just had that in the back, right? One of the most powerful sledgehammers just in the back of your store. Wasn't ready for sale.
Yeah, you know, just store it in pocket space. It's fine, just fine. Just,
or,
it's
like,
I just found it on the ground.
It's like, yeah, I need to make this demonic armor that is even stronger than that metal. Do you have a demonic heart? Oh yes, we had 2 delivered this morning. Just like, oh, thanks. Go into a smelter, and you got armor stronger than dragon scales. Just,
plus,
sure.
How, like, the Dragonborn's powers work, it's not necessarily magic he wields.
No,
he does have some, but his actual, like, dragon powers aren't magic.
No, I'll go into more details about the dragon shouts when the episode's announced, and we'll do the lads episode. But I will say I am thinking this is a stomp, and it's a stomp matchup I'm not excited for. Unlike Homelander versus Omni-Man, where you're like, yes, kill him, Omni-Man, do it. This one I'm like, please, Chosen Undead, live it.
Here's like 3 positives I can definitely see.
Can't live. He's already dead.
True.
Stop! He's already dead.
This soundtrack is going to be amazing.
Oh yeah, like both.
Yeah.
I hope it's something like Sauron versus the Lich King. Like orchestra in the background, but also like a bit of like maybe mix in like some heavy metal or something like that. So I think it will suit both these two.
Of course, the effects for all their powers is going to be nice to look on from the post-production team.
Yeah.
Although, I think it would be cool if Jonah Scott voiced the Dragonborn. I think he could do it.
Interesting.
I mean, we've heard his Thor and how great his Norse Thor was. And considering Nords are based off Vikings and everything, I think
that is true.
Perfect.
I actually agree with that. No, I actually do agree. As for the Chosen Undead, you don't need a voice. He doesn't have one. The Chosen Undead is mute most of the time, even when he's seen a giant monster. Because if it was us in that scenario, we'd be screaming our lungs out. But the Chosen Undead's like, nah, I need to fight this. I will be the Chosen.
There's gonna be a lot of dodge rolling memes.
Oh god, it's gonna be interesting to see how they do this. But
if the Dragonborn does win, they have to end it. Die.
Oh, they have to. Do you know what? The music should have the.
I think I remember hearing that idea years ago.
Oh, do you know what? The music track, if the Dragonborn does win, the music track should actually have the death sound effect when you die. I mean, that would kind of spoil the outcome if you listen to it, but I think it'll be a fun touch.
Dude, if the Blender team gets their hands on this, please do ragdoll physics. It'd be
yes, if there's one thing Skyrim starts as known for, the physics when you kill an enemy, like it will be like. There's been times I've killed like a very giant character and they've fallen so dramatically, then they're just going boing 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 boing. Just like, you've defeated me. Blah, 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 blah. Fly to the end of the room. Let me tell you, it's ruined a lot of dramatic scenes in Skyrim.
I bet.
Okay, I am excited for this. I'm actually glad I did the face cam, and I hope all you people enjoyed my reaction to that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
How do you guys feel about it? Because I'm excited.
I'm excited. I haven't played either series, and I'm excited.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I need to wait and see how it's actually executed to give an opinion, because I'm going to be honest with you, I've only played a little bit of Dark Souls. I liked it, but I could never invest the time to finish it back then.
What's wrong? Maidenless? Such a
Ha
fucking
ha.
nerd.
But it's just,
At
a
least I
matchup
accept
like
it.
this doesn't. A matchup like this just doesn't appeal to me, nor does it strike my interest unless I have to visually picture how it would go down. And if it's essentially just a medieval style fight, I could get behind that.
It won't just be that though. There will be some, like, you'll see I guess it'll start with the Dragonborn with his like default armor and sword and shield, and then he's gonna freaking float in the air with like lightning storm peering from behind him, and him just calling upon a dragon to help him in the fight.
All I know is this sounds like Liam's wet dream, and I'm happy he's getting to do it.
Because it is. Dark Souls is
I know.
his favorite game. Dark Souls is one of his favorite games ever. So,
Yeah.
What are the odds that Liam does head research for Chosen Undead, though?
he is.
He's
I
going
can tell you that right now. He is.
Oh really?
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that is
And
brilliant.
then,
I expect him to.
And then Ultra is doing the Dragonborn, by the way, in case you're curious.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm excited for this episode.
We-
We've talked about this a lot.
Liam's on his way to get. Liam's on his way to get one assigned research, one research assignment for every season. It's like season 8, he got season 8 he got Thawne, and then season 9 he got Bond, and now he's got the Chosen Undead. So
Yeah.
Liam, listen, if you're
so,
listening,
yeah,
please find something that the Chosen Undead has. Please let the Chosen Undead win. I mean, I'm acting like it's sad because there's so many Chosen Undead, but it's like,
Man,
I love
come
Dark
on.
Souls. I really.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, I'm not biased. I
I
love
will
Skyrim
say-
too. I love Skyrim too, but if I had to choose which one I love more, Dark Souls, man.
I will say this doesn't really matter because this was years ago, but Liam did do a blog on this one a long time ago. And as far as I know, the Chosen Undead did win that.
Okay, I've got
But-
hope.
Yeah. Also, haven't some of Liam's other blogs turned out to pretty much agree with the actual episodes as well? Like, I remember he did
Yeah.
Fate versus Strange, and he had Fate win. Dio versus
Dio-
Algard, Dio
Yeah,
won.
Dio Alucard, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
so,
gonna be interesting to
fingers
see how
crossed.
this debate goes. I'm really
Yeah.
hoping Dragonborn pulls this off.
oh well, I definitely know
That-
who's doing the 60-second debate.
The consensus is, I think the consensus right now is the Dragonborn wins. But-
you just said
Yeah,
that
but
on
consensus
purpose.
isn't always right.
Yeah.
Say what?
Consensus isn't always right.
No, it's not. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm stating that for the record.
You're
Yeah,
stating
fair.
that to make me sad. I don't think I don't read that little Ultimus Prime emotionless face.
I really need-
Consensus
I really
is
need to change this back.
50-50. Yeah.
I am really excited.
Consensus
though.
is always 50-50. I mean, anything can happen.
Alright.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've said
Well,
my piece. If you guys
yeah,
want to
what-
throw something, but I think we'll be quick because we got another topic and
mean-
two
Yeah.
more topics.
I'm
Yeah, I've
basically
got-
as
I've got
neutral
nothing.
as I was the other two.
Yeah,
I
I don't
mean-
really have much of anything. I'm excited, but I don't have really add.
Oh well, we definitely.
I'm intrigued. I'm excited for it. I mean, I am glad we are getting more video game reps, considering we had like borderline none in season 9.
That's
So
kind
now
of
we have
true.
4
We
times
had-
the reps. Let's go.
Hey,
Unless
we,
you, I mean,
get-
unless-
Jinx, and that was it.
hey, we get 2 video game matchups this season already.
yeah,
yeah.
but I do think video.
Hooray.
Also, that's three announced fights and 5 new franchises. So there you go.
Damn.
Yeah. Awesome.
Maybe this could open the way for
Keeping
other
the
matchups,
hot
like
streak going from season 9.
maybe other Soul matchups, like maybe Sekiro versus Scorpion. Hint, hint.
Or Sekiro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's
Yeah.
fucked, but does that mean I'll be
Maybe.
against it? A full-on proper samurai fight?
Yeah.
Hell no. Well, shinobi fight, really, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Also,
I'm just
actually,
saying, Death Battle. Just
I don't-
saying, thrown out there.
actually, I just realized, is this our, I mean, this, obviously, is this our, like, first, like, Soul, like, obviously, our first Souls characters, like, Souls-esque characters, I guess, like, characters.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm trying to say, like,
it's this like the
Like,
first
we
like
haven't-
Soul-type game character we've had.
yes,
I would say
yes,
yeah.
because I'm trying to think, I don't think we
Probably.
have had any, so,
Yeah.
like, that's kind of insane considering how big the genre, like, those types of games are, like, it's taken us this long to get to these
Well, to be
types of
honest-
games in Death Battle, but, you know,
When it comes to
Better late than never.
Souls characters, Chosen Undead is like the most iconic. Like, I don't even know what the character's called in the second and third game. I don't even know what the character's called in Bloodborne. I think the Hunter or something like that. Huntsman.
That sounds about it.
I think it's taken us a long time to get to these type of matchups just because, you know,
RPGs are
there has
complicated.
Yeah, well, they and oh boy, have they shown that Death Battle has major complications with RPG element games.
Yeah. But I'm,
So much so that it took them a third try to get Final Fantasy right. Heyo.
Anyways,
I was gonna say, I mean, yeah. Do you want? No, I'm not gonna say it because I know what Richard's like. I will not say.
Oh, it's okay.
Aside the fact that Yang deserved the win,
Yeah,
just saying.
let him rest.
It still sounds like
Okay, let's not.
Anyway.
overall. I think overall we're all excited for this one though.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited to see how it turns out. If that makes any sense.
Maybe hint, maybe a certain reaction might come out now that someone knows about this episode. Maybe.
At the very least, I'm happy for Liam. His top 3 most wanted death battles are all happening now. So
Yeah. Good on you, Liam.
Hopefully
Now, when is Ben Steiner and Chad's top 3 gonna happen?
Oh yeah, they really have.
Well, we got
Chad got his.
Oh yeah.
We
Chad
need Hermione versus the Juggernaut.
No, we don't.
That's me.
We don't.
episode 200, let's go.
DBX,
Oh, boy.
yes. Death Battle, no.
It's gonna happen.
In saying that, one of the lads debates
dear.
I'm trying to push is Chainsaw Larry versus the tank from Left 4 Dead 2. Even though that's a stomp.
Anyways,
Yeah,
right.
moving on.
So,